Welcome to Crow and Klein here today with the daily energetic check-in. I am using the Enchanted for Hoxa Tarot today, and we are going to have a card of focus. And what popped out for you today is the sun. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So in for Hoxa, there is this being, right? This angel sort of being here. A goddess so powerful and so great that they can hold this sphere of fire in the palm of their hand. Okay, they stand really tall. You can see their feet are on the earth. They go through the clouds all the way into the heavens, right? Where they can look down upon the land and they can direct. Yes, sir. I'm sorry. Hold on. What? I know. I'm going to do a reading. Sorry, that's my rescue street cat. Sometimes, yes. Are you super chatty? Okay. Sorry about that. So they look down upon the land and they're able to sort of direct the fire, the warmth, the energy of this fireball to where it needs to go. Okay. And it creates warmth and it creates light. So anyone that stands in the rays of this sun that this goddess is holding in her hand can really feel that life-giving energy. Okay, that is a connection to the divine. Okay, this sun is a goddess that is all-knowing, but also not without a sense of humor, right? Because sometimes, you're going to have a spotlight cast upon you when you least expect it, and also when you least wish to be seen, right? That's that sense of humor of this life-giving force. So when this sun appears in your reading, as your card of focus today, so to speak, something you've done something noteworthy, right? Something that's deserving of attention. You're about to have a spotlight shown on you. So take your place in its warmth, okay? Shed feelings of insecurity, and let this divine light wrap you in a field of love and support, because when this divine being, this sun goddess, holds this fireball and you create this connection with this source energy, you are holding this divine power within your hands. And that means you can control and direct that light in your world wherever you want it to go. So this is a really auspicious time for you. Okay. If there are areas that you have fear and doubt, you're able, with this connection, to cast a light into those areas, because oftentimes there are shadows, right? And the light will take those shadows away. So right now you have the power. So be prepared, because you're going to be in the sunlight here pretty soon for something that you've done, right? Something noteworthy. Oh my gosh, I love this for you, right? I love this for you. What have you done? It doesn't mean it's a big, giant, huge thing. I mean, it could just be something beautiful and noteworthy, like helping a neighbor, right? Or helping someone. It could be something as simple as that, all right? So I have the Wandering Star because it seemed appropriate today for this reading, and we're going to go ahead and dig into it. So I want to take this moment to tell you all thank you so much for your support. I can't say I'm a new channel anymore, but I haven't been doing this for a year yet. I've got a couple more months, and then that sort of milestone marker is going to come around. So thank you for your support. I really appreciate it. I'm honored to be able to bring you these readings. Please hit that thumb button, that like button. That helps with the algorithm. If there's anything at all worthy of that in this reading, or anything that resonates with you, that helps. All right. I love doing this for you. I want to keep doing it for you. All right. It's also really grounding for me as well. It's a beautiful thing. So let's see what is happening, because you are about to be recognized for something. Look at that, the High Priestess. Okay. Yeah. So this talks about that connection with the spirit world, right? You're not afraid to dive into the shadows and do the work. Okay, with the sun, we're talking about creating that connection to this sort of sun goddess so that you can use that light and direct it into the shadows. So there's some serious alchemy going on here, right? There's a lot of wisdom with this card, intuition, and a lot of listening to your inner voice, which is really, really important. This is the High Priestess works in the mystical, magical. So the nature of this reading is this deep connection, connecting with this sun goddess so that you too can direct those lights into those places that this the high priestess, that you as a high priestess are diving into or are about to. In your energy is the Eight of Swords. Okay, so you're feeling frustrated, right? Anxiety, worry, feeling trapped. But we also know that the Eight of Swords is really something that we do to ourselves, right? It's limitations and restrictions that we place upon ourselves. So this is in your energy, right? Maybe you feel like you're not getting what you need, or maybe you're feeling like you're not getting recognized, but the sun's about to come in for you and shed a light on some things. I think that's going to help you get out of this energy. You've trapped yourself somewhere. You're restricting yourself from something. That's why you're meant to take the blindfold off and step into this high priestess, working with the mystical, magical, right? Keep in mind, we have the Three of Wands. This is going to send you on a new journey. This is all about adventure and luck. This is a card of action, though. You can't take action when you're feeling stuck and trapped, right? When you're limiting and restricting yourself, you can't take action. The bindings, even though they're not tight, you can shimmy out of them. In your mind, you think you can't. So keep in mind, there is an adventure awaiting you. The Three of Wands wants to take action. You are meant to take action upon something with this high priestess that you're about to shine a light on, okay? Ooh, what are you doing? I love it, I love it. All right, let's get another card under this high priestess. What is going on? You know, high priestess, sun goddess. It's almost like they're the same. Well, I mean, I guess they kind of are, really. They are, and you are both in this reading. Under that high priestess, we have the Seven of Wands with challenge and courage. It does take a lot of courage to stand your ground. Okay, so there's something that you need to stand your ground on. Okay. I'm not sure what that is yet, but it has to do with something that's being illuminated. You're meant to use this light of the sun to illuminate something in the shadows here. And whatever it is, it's going to give you the courage to stand your ground on it. Maybe it's something you've been a little wishy-washy on. And maybe you've been wishy-washy on it because of these restrictions and limitations that you have placed upon yourself, right? Time to shimmy out of those bindings. And you're going to, because here's the Tower, right? The Tower is just a realignment. This is a release of this Eight of Swords energy. Okay, it's a card of enlightenment. It's understanding that this Tower doesn't align with you anymore. You must rebuild a foundation. You must rebuild new. This is an understanding that it may seem like a faulty foundation. It probably served you well at one time, but it's time. This is just a growth spurt, basically. You got to start fresh, build a new foundation, build your new tower, okay? Towers happen when we kind of aren't doing it for ourselves, all right? It kind of makes us step into that energy and move forward, okay? Setting you back on course or setting you on a new course, setting you towards something that is in alignment. Don't be afraid of the Tower. Don't be afraid of the Tower. Okay, well, under that Three of Wands, that action card, we have Judgment. So acceptance, awakening, and assessment. So yeah, this is a card of transformation. Right? This is a transformation that occurs without actually having to leave the earthly plane. right? Without having to leave our physical body. So this is kind of a karmic blessing in a sense. So, and also an awakening because you're understanding. You're beginning to understand all of this in your energy. You're beginning to understand that this connection is important to get you where you need to go. Or it's something that you need to, you know, pack in your bag for this next leg of your journey, because it really feels like there's something new waiting for you around the corner, whether it's a new journey or just kind of a course correction getting you back on your path. Either or, it's happening. Okay, it's an awakening. There's an enlightenment that happens with this card of Judgment. Under the Seven of Wands, we have the World coming in. So you are completing a cycle. You are wrapping up this. Here, let's give her a little bit to close. Give her sparkly clothes. So you're kind of wrapping up this energy here, right? Maybe you've been in this trapped and frustrated energy for so long that you know, the sun goddess is like, boom, we're done, right? Lightning coming down. We're done. We're done. You've been trying really hard to get out of this on your own. It's not working, so we're going to force you out of it. Okay. So it's completing a cycle, obviously, because there's a new adventure awaiting for you, right? We have a transformation happening here. It's like notice the butterfly wings, right? It's the chrysalis. It's the dissolving of the caterpillar so that this butterfly can come out of the cocoon. Beautiful bright butterfly. So it's a necessary step of your evolution. Okay. So let's get another card for your energy. For your energy. Oh, yeah, you're done. You're done. Fatigued, tired, burnout, and that's okay. This is an ending. We're done with this. We're moving on. We're moving forward. We're moving on up. What was that old TV show? The Jeffersons, I think. Moving on up. I loved that show. Yeah, you're moving on up. Definitely leveling up. Letting everything go. Rebuilding. Getting out of this trapped and frustrated, limitation, restricting energy that you've put yourself in, and laying down your burden, right? Laying down your burden. Okay. All right, let's find one more card to go underneath the Judgment card. And we have, oh, sure, the King of Swords. Staying in truth. Honesty. Honor. Right? A lot of power and ambition that comes with the King of Swords too. So to me, with this is a personal power for you. All right. This might signify that you have to rise above the emotions of whatever this tower moment's going to be, right? Because a lot of times it's an emotional response that keeps us trapped and frustrated with that Eight of Swords, right? Swords are of the mind, but we think something and then our body responds with a physiological reaction, you know, like that gut feeling, or my spidey senses are tingling, or the hair on the back of my head, those kinds of things, sadness, happiness, laughter, whatever, our body responds. So it may, to me, it seems like that might be why you're sort of still in this energy, because you're wrapped up too much in your emotions. Okay. By stepping out of the emotions a little bit and rising above it and understanding the truth of what's going on, right? Just sort of detaching a little bit. It doesn't mean that your emotions aren't valid. They absolutely are. But this is calling, I think, for a little bit of logical, strategic thinking as you're moving ahead. This is going to help you, right? It's going to help you with this process. Completing this cycle. There's an understanding that must be had at this point, is what I'm getting. The sun is here to help you shine that light, use that energy. Yeah, and we have the Page of Swords, so getting to a higher vantage point, right? Being vigilant, watching and observing what's going on, but staying in the truth, right? And the page will bring in some clarity as well. Oh, it is raining really hard all of a sudden. I can hear it on the roof. I love that sound. Anyway, yeah, getting to a higher vantage point, right? Now this card, the page brings in real fresh energy. It renews that curiosity and intelligence to move forward. There's a lot of ambition as well with this card. So stay vigilant. It's like, I feel like, you know, when they're starting a race and the runners get in that beginning position, right? Foot on the little foot stand, and they're down and they're just waiting. It kind of has that energy of waiting for that starting the starting pistol to be fired. That's kind of what it feels like, right? It's almost like a ready, set, go feeling with that page. As long as you're staying vigilant and you're watching what's going on around you, okay? We have the Hanged Man coming out, so yeah. Yeah, I mean, you can't go forward the way you've been going forward. That's why this Tower moment's happening, right? This is a card of pivot, also another card of enlightenment. So there's a lot of enlightenment happening here, this huge growth spurt for you. And an understanding, okay? The Hanged Man is all about understanding and assessing, right? Understanding. Look at that rebirth. It says rebirth right there, just like the judgment card. That chrysalis, that butterfly emerging from the cocoon. So yeah, you know that you've got to pivot and find another approach. And this is great because you can do whatever you want, right? That adventure is waiting for you. How are you going to get there? How are you going to get there? Oh, I hope it's fun. I hope it's fun and exciting. I think we all need to be having a little bit more fun. Under the deck, we have the Wheel of Fortune. So this is karma and destiny. So this is all already woven into the fabric of your life. Okay, this is all happening, right? If you fight it, it's just going to block energy coming in. You might as well just hop on board and go with the flow and enjoy what comes your way. You know, hop on that wheel and go forward. Okay, that is your message for today. Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate you. Hit that thumbs up, like a button, share with your besties, and I will see you next time.